Communication training with Dan O'Connor.
Hi everybody, it's Dan O'Connor, and today I'm going to give you the top 3 mistakes that people make when writing their resume. So job seekers, this is for you. Remember that just as in any other important professional communication situation, a high-risk communication situation, you must know what the goal is before going into that situation. And the number one mistake made when writing a resume is the person writing the resume does not know what the goal of the resume is. The goal of a resume is to blank. I'll let you finish that. Ready? If you said anything other than the goal of the resume is to get the interview, you get the gong, because that is the only goal of a resume. It is not to get the job. It is simply to get the interview. Which brings us to mistake number 2 that people make. The number 2 mistake that people make is they explain too much in a resume. They make it too long. The only thing that should be on a resume are things that highlight, illustrate the fact that you are qualified. So if you have many positions in the industry for which they're hiring, if you have a lot of jobs that where you've used the skills that they're looking for, great, put them all on there. If you think, boy, those are a lot of jobs, I should explain why. Or there's a big spot in there where I wasn't working, maybe I should put an explanation in that resume. No. You put nothing on a resume that does not directly speak to your qualifications. If they have questions as to why something is missing or why there's something on your resume that poses a question in any way, they ask you that question during the interview. The purpose is to pique the person's interest. So mistake number 2 is people explain things, they go on too much. Nobody needs more than a 1-page resume. Nobody. And if somebody calls you up, by the way, and says, hey, Dan, I'm calling about the position you applied for, and, well, they didn't say your name, and I noticed on your resume you said XYZ. Could you explain that for me? Remember, you want to say things such as, I'd be happy to. When would you like to visit? I'd love to explain that. When should I come in and talk to you? I'd be more than happy to explain that. When were you thinking of having the interview? So you always want to be focusing on the goal. The goal is get the interview, get the interview, get the interview. Which brings us, by the way, to mistake number 3 that people make. If you look at the resumes on a human resources officer's desk, or if you go into any company that's hiring people and you have the opportunity to page through the resumes, you'll notice that 49 out of 50 resumes under the or next to the phrase desired position, or whatever position they claim they're applying for, they have something vague. Like if let's say that you're applying at a local department store and the department store has advertised they're hiring a credit customer service rep 1. Many people who apply for that job put things in the position desired column, such as customer service position in customer service. Or a company may be hiring for outside sales rep regional, and they'll put under the position desired, position in sales and marketing. You don't want to put out there, I'm kind of looking for this. Anybody want to take the bait? No. Exactly what are you looking for? A credit services rep 1, that's the position that I'm applying for. Or what are you looking for? An outside sales rep regional 6, that's the position that I should have written in the desired position column. If, for example, somebody comes to me and applies for a job, and I'm hiring a inbound web sales representative, and they have under the position desired, position in sales and customer service, I'm going to say, alrighty then, and put that aside because the resume next to yours says position desired, inbound web sales, customer service, and whatever else I just said. But if you do not take the time to customize the resume before you turn it into the company to which you're applying, it illustrates you either do not have basic computer skills or basic word processing skills, or despite the fact that you have them, you thought this position isn't really worth it. You're just going to kind of give them a generic old, one size fits all resume. And yeah, if you take it, great. If not, well, I put out 100 of them. So it really doesn't matter. This was not meant for you. It's kind of like when you receive a phone call and that phone call is a recorded message. Hey, this is Johnny Appleville, and I'm here representing your community in the next election. Please vote for me. And you hang up as soon as you hear that because you think this is not written to me. A resume, just like any other correspondence, should be as personal as you can possibly make it. So you want to specifically know the goal. You want to specifically articulate the strengths that you have that illustrate that you're qualified for the position, and you want to specifically state that position. Those three things sound simple. Almost nobody does them. Most people do not know the goal. They do not know how to articulate what their skills are without, kind of buffering them with some explanations as to why they maybe aren't right for the job. And most people do not customize the position desired column or spot on the resume. If you can avoid those three mistakes, that alone puts you right to the top of the pile in terms of applicants. And watch, just do those things if you have not been doing them, and you will get more calls. And we'll talk later about what to do during the interview and more tips and hints on how to get that call or how to get that interview by writing a powerful resume. So make sure to keep tuned in here to Dan O'Connor's training channel at YouTube. Buddy and Maggie are making appearances these days. Buddy has some of his own tips and hints that he'll be sharing with you as well. So remember to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. And please share this video and like it. And I have been answering video questions. So if you have a video question, stop by Dan O'Connor Training. And there will be a page there. I hope it's obvious. It hasn't popped up yet. But there is a page where you can easily leave your video question for me, and I will answer it in a video response. There should also be a link there at our store.danoconnortraining.com. And check out some of the great packages and materials that I have there. If you're looking for some type of training resource that I'm not offering, let me know. And I'll either show you where you can get it, or I will try and offer it for you. So leave your comments, like this video, or tell me why you don't like it. Share it with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and keep watching, everybody. I appreciate all of your support, and so does Buddy, and Maggie really does, because that's how she eats. So thank you all. Remember, this is Dan O'Connor with Dan O'Connor Training, signing off. See you next week.